There is a specific picture. I wish, X, if you could pull it up whenever you find it. There was a picture of you at Rara some time ago.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And then this is some time ago, and I was looking at it. I was like, wow, there was a fantastic picture of you at Rara. You've traveled. I'm sure you've traveled across Nepal. Any specific place that comes to your mind right now this morning that you'd like to go ahead and share with everybody that's close to your hearts? I want to get started with that.
thank you. Sanjay, that's almost an impossible question. I've spent so many years here, and I've been very active. So there are a number of places that really leap into my mind. That trip up to Rara was really spectacular. It was my first time up that way. I went with a couple of diplomatic colleagues, my British and Australian counterparts. Yeah. So it was a great chance to just see this incredible natural resource, an unbelievable view of the mountains, that was also on offer. But also to really pair that up also with taking a look at climate change impacts in these high mountain communities, because the impact is quite severe. So, I have a lot of images from that time.
That's the picture that I was talking about.
Yeah, look at that. How could I be unhappy about that experience? So that was really amazing.
You hike all the way up to this place called Murma Top, and then from there you see the view. Isn't it fantastic?
It is. And we were there for I think 3 nights, 4 days, and managed a complete walk around Rara Lake.
Beautiful.
It was stunning. It really was stunning. I will tell you, I'm not a huge fan of cold, and it was incredibly cold. This was, I think, in November of last year. So once the sun went down, it got frightfully cold at night.
Yeah.
But there are others. I mean, here in Kathmandu, Boda is a regular haunt of mine, and I love to go out there and take my family out there. And then I've had a chance also to go up into the area around Upper and Lower Mustang, which I think is really iconic and unlike anything that I've ever seen before. So, there are these great cultural and natural resources that Nepal has. It's one of the reasons why I'm going to be incredibly cranky to finally wrap up here.
Do you remember the first time you came to Nepal, Your Excellency? The first time when you were here?
I do. I spent a little bit of time in my 20s, like we all do, trying to figure out who we are. So I had the opportunity to travel a bit in this region. So, I rocked up here with like so many other really young, inexperienced backpackers with very little money in my pocket but high expectations. And I really remember what those experiences were like. I've often said, the chance to just walk around Hanumandoka and see those cultural treasures down in Basantapur, just amazing. I went out to Pokhara on that trip by bus.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And, I remember going up, hiking on the hills outside of Pokhara and seeing the Annapurnas for the very first time on a really clear day, and how spectacular. So that was my first trip, but then I was back just a few years later in my late 20s, having joined the Foreign Service of the United States. I was posted nearby down in Bangladesh, so it was an easy trip up here. Yeah. So that's when I came up and spent a little more time. I had a little more money in my pocket. I stayed at nicer hostels than the ones I had. And, it was really the beginning of a love affair with this country that has endured now for, 35 years.
Yeah.
If you love what we are doing, make sure that you subscribe and turn on notification.
This program is brought to you by Vyas Studios.
Thank you very much for watching us on YouTube. Make sure that you also listen to us on Spotify.